This week, we've got fresh industry announcements from Pioneer, HIFONICS, SONAX, MIDCITY Engineering, and MEA. This is CMA Live All Access presented by SiriusXM and sponsored by 5 Access Innovations. And it starts now. A major announcement coming from the team at Pioneer Electronics this week, as a series of speakers which is going to blow your mind is on the cusp of coming out. For more information, we're going to head over and connect with Marketing Director Hazim Jainur to get all the details. Now, Hazim, what exactly is this big announcement?
Hey, Ben. First and foremost, thank you for the opportunity. It's a privilege and an honor to be here. And we are excited to announce a new A-Series line of speakers to the Pioneer speaker assortment. The new A-Series, it lands in the middle of Pioneer's speaker lineup from the F-Series on up to the flagship Z-Series. A-Series has been around for a long time. It was first introduced in 1990, and since then there's been over 20 million units sold in America. A-Series is America's series, and we're excited to launch a whole new set of speakers in the assortment.
Now, Hazim, there's no doubt every single person involved in car audio has touched, felt, installed the A-Series in the past. It's been such a huge component to the Pioneer catalog. So obviously this is a major announcement, and I'm sure there was a lot of development and research and engineering and marketing all planned behind. So let's break it down. So the new series, how does it break down, and is it replacing anything beyond the old one?
That's a great question, Ben. Pioneer conducted numerous surveys out in the field to kind of get a feel for what customers are looking for within this new lineup. And it boiled down to 5 takeaways. 1, they want it loud. 2, they love bass. 3, they want to hear it loud and clear with no distortion. 4, they want an overall balanced, natural sound. And last but not least, they want it for a great price. In order to give them what they want, our engineers are always working around the clock, and you can see it here in this image. There's quite a bit of engineering that goes into the development of speakers at Pioneer, let alone our A-Series lineup. From image scanning door panels to DSP testing in vehicles at optimum listening levels and heights, from anechoic chamber treatment to overall components. These things have been developed, engineered, and manufactured to represent what's most prevalent here in America, and also what our consumers and dealers have been asking for. Yeah, Ben, within the A-Series lineup, we have 3 tiers. The first being, it's a good, better, best approach. The first is the A-Series Standard, highlighted by the black cone and black tweeter treatment. Second would be the better option, which is our A-Series Plus, quite a bit more mid-bass performance, highlighted by the black cone and the gold tweeters. And then we have the A-Series Max, the flagship within the lineup, which has the gold cone and the gold tweeter.
Now, I got to say, first impressions, as I'm seeing these images for the first time as well, that these are aesthetically very appealing. The gold and the different tones in the woofer absolutely make that Max series definitely stand out. Actually, probably knocking on the door of some of the higher series. So, Hazim, talk to us a little bit. What should dealers get excited about with this brand new A-Series coming out?
Great question, Ben. I know it sounds cliche, but these speakers sound better than they look. And it's not just the color treatment they receive a full overhaul from components up to materials. And overall, it was meant to be more efficient. That way they can be dropped into OEM applications without amplifier or with, depending upon the application. The cones are lighter, they're stiffer, better bass response, new materials for the tweeters, such as polytheramide, and also support tools for the sales guy or the installer, with brackets already in the box, which Pioneer is known for amongst the A-Series, for the 6.5-inch variant and the 6x9. And also we have a support app called Pioneer's Car Sound Fit, available currently on Google Play Store or Apple Store, depending upon your platform. But the app itself gives you a chance to select your speaker, your vehicle, and do a virtual comparison, A/B versus OEM, It's a great tool. The QR codes on the packaging of these new A-series speakers.
Well, Hazim, I guess there's only one more question. And what is the timeline on this brand new set of A-series, which looks like there's 3 different subcategories, but certainly a big catalog for sure. When can we expect to see these products in stores?
Ben, I thought you'd never ask. Our launch date is 10/10/23. That's today. We're excited here at Pioneer. You can see we're at headquarters right now. These will be shipping today. So contact your Pioneer sales representative to order now.
Hi, Jody from 5 Access here. Just want to bring everybody up to speed with what we do and how we do it. We're a display company. We do a lot of custom graphics. Obviously, we do custom audio boards. We do RGB lighting. We do graphical work up top. We also do all the different custom amp mounts. So for all your store needs, we do front counters, we do home audio sections, we do lighting, everything that you're looking for, give us a call. Again, it's 5 Access, 414-326-7162.
Just in time for remote car starter season, a big announcement from Canadian distributor Importel, who is carrying a brand new, very specific line of remote car starters called MIDCITY Engineering. Here to tell us more is their 12-volt specialist, Mr. Jaron Gelmalon, also known as the 12-volt Viking. Jaron, what can you tell us about this big announcement?
The entire team here at Importel is really excited about bringing on board MIDCITY Engineering for all your Mercedes and other needs. It's a very specific product line, but very near and dear to our hearts. They do a lot of specific remote starters for vehicles and applications that you can't find anywhere else.
So this is pretty interesting because MIDCITY Engineering, like you said, Jaron, is quite niche in the fact that their application list seems to be quite limited. But upon further investigation, these guys have really gone out of their way to develop the application when it comes to Mercedes platform vehicles. You mentioned a couple others. Can you give us a little bit more information on the type of applications and what dealers should know about?
Yeah, MIDCITY Engineering is a very specific product line, but their tagline is the best made better. And the reason that they make the best better is you take these high-end Mercedes vehicles that don't come with a factory remote starter in them, and these people still want to be able to start the car, and there's no solution for this. And Mercedes scares off a lot of people because of the CAN coding involved. But that's where the team at MIDCITY Engineering really excels. Their CAN coding on the Mercedes vehicles and their data logging to be able to tap into that CAN network and figure out how to start that car responsibly and properly, no backdoor ways, and really sets them apart. 95% of their focus is towards those most Mercedes vehicles, especially the big SUVs is the huge market in those. Those GLSs, the MLs is a big market for them. And all this product is tested hands-on with them at the team in MIDCITY. So it's developed by them, for them, plug-and-play T-harnesses on their starters. And then we can also talk about other applications they branch out into and other markets that kind of tie into the similar type of CAN coding and Mercedes that they're known for. So we can get into like the Sprinter and Metros vans. Those are very common work vans, and they have stuff for them like alarm systems that are tied in with telematics devices, starters for those vehicles, camera integration for those vehicles, head unit replacement options for those vehicles, and smart idle. So a lot of these vehicles are used in an industrial setting, so that smart idle will be able to increase your RPM and have you use your vehicle more to the extent that it needs to be used to. They also get into radar integration, and the radar integration includes Audi, Porsche, some Lamborghini for the Escort radar. So your display is actually showing right in your cluster. So very, very OEM feel to it. And then they also have eco off applications as well for Mercedes. Anyone that's driven a vehicle with start stop, sometimes it's great. Sometimes you just hate your vehicle turning off every time you stop at a stop sign. It depends on the person, but they have programmers built in that it's going to remember the last setting. So if you turn it off and you don't want it on, every time you cycle the ignition, it's going to remember that setting. So it's another added cool feature that really enhances those Mercedes vehicles.
So, Jaron, for dealers to know, what would you say is a hot ticket item when it comes to MidCity Engineering? I got to say, it's got to be the Smart Key Starter, has to be one of them.
Yeah, definitely our go-to product within this product line is going to be the Smart Key Starter. And the new generation Smart Key Starter, I have one right here. I'm actually going to single in on a specific SKU. This is the SKS NG166D4. And those numbers mean a lot to me, maybe not everyone else, but what this application is going to cover is your main SUV type vehicles, as they call them. So your ML, your GLE, GLS, GL, CLA, GLA, and also a couple Infinity models, which seems a little bit odd, but they're essentially made by Mercedes. So that's the Q30 and QX30 from 17 to 19. So it really targets in on these vehicles. But what's cool about these modules is you can integrate RF kits, smart start as well with it, drone telematics. But if that's not what the customer is looking for and just looking to start their vehicle, they can start the vehicle actually by using the panic button on the remote. So a single tap on the panic button will actually remote start the vehicle. And the team at MidCity thought about this because the range on panic is usually further than lock. And you're not having to do lock, lock, lock 3 times that we're commonly doing in the remote starter industry. It's a little bit different way of thinking of it and may confuse people. But once you know how to use it, it works great. And it's like you're in the vehicle starting the factory vehicle. I can show you some of the T-harnesses here as well. And they're plug and play T-harnesses. While this might not be the easiest vehicle to work on and disassemble, once you're familiar with these Mercedes vehicles, and the team at MidCity Engineering is here to support you with their install guides and how to disassemble the vehicles, where to find certain locations as far as CAN junctions or keyless go modules that you need to access, it's really straightforward for you. And the team at MidCity is here to help you, and the team at Importel is here to support you as well.
All right, Jaron, why don't you let the good folks know availability? When is this in the barn? And are they ready to order and deliver to the dealers so they can get their MidCity Engineer game on?
Yeah, this product is on our website, loaded, ready to go, and stock in both warehouses. So for applications, please check out midcityengineering.com, but certainly head to importel.com to check stock and availability and order a couple of these pieces in for your store.
Hey guys, Ricky Lima here from SiriusXM. I had a chance to speak to some dealers and ask them what they love about selling SiriusXM. Here's what they had to say.
Coast-to-coast coverage.
I love SiriusXM for commercial-free music.
It's a great add-on sale and a profit opportunity.
We love selling SiriusXM because you can listen to the same channel coast to coast.
Profitability and ease of installation. It's a no-brainer.
We love selling SiriusXM for its ease of installation, great profitability, and reliability.
People love it.
Well, with SEMA looming, there's going to be a lot of action and announcements for sure. No shortage of the fact for the team at MIDCITY with their HIFONICS brand. Now, HIFONICS, as you know, has been in the game a long time with some classic amplifiers and subwoofers. And we go now to their marketing creative director, Mr. Rob Anderson, with some news that a new amplifier line might be launched soon. Can you tell us more, Rob?
Absolutely, Ben. So we here at HIFONICS have, we're always paying attention to the community, what they're talking about, what kind of builds that they're, really dedicating and investing their hard time and money into. And one thing that always keeps popping up is obviously we have the Brutus line of amplifiers and how everyone enjoys them. The value per dollar is always on point. But one thing that we see always mentioned is the heritage of the Colossus line of amplifiers. And today we're going to be talking about 3 brand new Colossus HIFONICS amplifier lines so we could bring back that heritage of the high power, high performing amplifiers from HIFONICS.
All right, some pretty exciting news, Rob. We're talking a brand new line of amplifiers dubbed Colossus, which actually is a heritage name coming back to life, and 3 different series, in fact. So let's start with the first one. It's being called the Pro Series.
Exactly. So the Colossus Pro amplifier line is a half-bridge, full-range Class D amplifier line. The reason why I went with the half-bridge design is we want ultra-high efficiency. So higher power output without being taxing on the components that are inside the amplifier. We have a built-in low EMI design, a high-tolerance ultra-fine MOSFET system that gives you high power output with a thermal dissipation through our proprietary coupling method that goes onto the PCB board and the heatsink. And everything about this line is about performance and high power output. So that includes like high-end preamplifier circuits, so we could accept a wider range of input signals, clean board construction, so that it's a super efficient chipset and board design, so you could get high performance out of this Colossus Pro amplifier line. The one that I have with me today, just so you put in perspective, it's a full size amplifier, and this is a 3000 watt 1D, so a 3000 watt monoblock amplifier, Colossus Pro. This thing is really going to perform. We're really excited to see what the community is going to be installing and the performance they're going to get out of this.
Well, just the visual on those amplifiers make it beefy. And, it kind of brings me back to the old days, Rob, when size, who cares about how compact it is? Those big amps need big power. And I think that's what the Pro series is going to deliver. Now, we're going to contrast that with the second series because in the name, they're called the Colossus Mini. What's that all about?
Exactly, Ben, what you touched upon. Back in the day, we always wanted big power, the biggest amplifiers. But nowadays, we go into this kind of new frontier where people are installing in trucks, UTVs, motorcycles, where space is super limited. And so, okay, we have this Colossus Pro amplifier line that's giving you crazy high power output. But what about the places where space is at a premium? Well, that's where the Colossus Mini amplifier line comes in line. So again, a full range Class D amplifier design, a compact, obviously, design as well. So don't have to give up any big footprints for this. This is a 1200 watt 1D Colossus Mini that I have in my hands here right now. Obviously, power supply, we're doing an air core transformer, which is more efficient with a wider range of frequency and energy loss due to its open core design. So a super proprietary design that we started doing with the chipset and the power supply. Obviously a high-end preamplifier circuit. And again, we're putting this clean board design in all of the Colossus series. So the chipset, the way the boards lay out, it's super efficient. We also have a triple protection circuit on all of the Colossus amplifiers. So that means under and over voltage protection, short circuit protection, thermal protection, that's all covered in that triple protection circuit. And the cool thing is that we didn't sacrifice any of like the creature comforts and the high-end aspect of the Colossus line. All 3 of the lines we're talking about today are on the upper tier of HIFONICS' lineup. And so we've done some pretty cool details, like a nice, beautiful fly cut logo there. Super high-end looking, clean end panel design as well. These are going to be amazing. I can't wait to see like all the small compact applications that people put in this. So like motorcycles, I hope to see these put in some crazy UTV builds personally.
All right, Rob. So you showed us the Pro series and the nice big beefy amplifiers. Then we just covered the smaller footprint mini series, but you teased the third series. I don't know if we can get too deep into it yet with SEMA around the corner, but what can you tell us?
That's right. So we have a third line of Colossus amplifiers. This one's called the Colossus Classic. So more in the line of the traditional HIFONICS amplifier design that you've learned to love over the years. This line is a true full-size amplifier line, includes monoblocks, 4 channels, you name it, we got it. So a classy line of good looking amplifiers with built-in HIFONICS illumination, obviously, to beef up that installation look, and with a little bit of flair and performance aspect. But, things that we've come to love with our lineup is, including those built-in variable crossovers. So that way you can control all the the onboard electronic crossovers to tailor to specific frequencies for speakers, subwoofers, Tiffany style connectors on the RCA end. So really nice built out end panels, a low noise preamplifier circuit. So we're going to maximize the low voltage signal from the source unit that comes into the amplifier, but minimize that distortion with that circuit. It's class Super D class, so our high speed micro processors with proprietary board design is what's going to give us efficient power out of this line. I'm happy to see it come out to market, and I know you and the community will absolutely love it.
All right, so there you have it, guys. 1, 2, kind of 3 different amplifiers coming to you from HIFONICS under the Colossus brand. And on that note, Rob, I would be remiss if I wasn't going to ask you, what else can we expect to see under the Colossus moniker moving forward?
Like times in the past with MAXonics, we always like to give the CMA community and the viewers out there a little sneak peek on anything. I might be talking a little bit too forward here, but definitely expect maybe some pro drivers to come out of the Colossus audio line from us. So definitely keep a lookout for that, and maybe we'll be involved, and you can hear more about all this in the December session about pro audio from CMA.
CE Outlook is dedicated to keeping the car audio and the electronics industry informed of the latest issues, trends, and product releases. New feature stories posted daily. Visit ceoutlook.com for the latest industry news. I know fall is here, and remote starter season and lighting, for that matter, has got everybody in a buzz. But there is something else that's very important this time of year, and that is fall car care before storage. More on this is Jaron from Importel, representing SONAX car care products today. Now, Jaron, this is not typically something our 12-volt dealers are thinking about, but what a great opportunity to introduce some fantastic product from SONAX, especially at this time of year.
Yeah, it's a little bit outside of some people's thought process, but the way I see it is 12-volt shops deal with customers that care about their vehicles. They're in the shop upgrading their vehicle, and usually those people take care of the vehicle. I know detailing is near and dear to my heart. I'm a car nut. People think I'm a little crazy on how clean my car is, but I enjoy it. I'm the type of person that would much rather wash my car in the driveway than go cut the grass. But we want to talk to you about prepping your car before the winter. It's a good time to do it before that snow flies. Knock on wood, it hasn't happened yet here in Edmonton, but it's a good time to prep your vehicle before the winter, before all the grime and grossness is on the road. And then springtime comes around and it'll be ready to go and be all cleaned up.
I think it's a brilliant take on another opportunity that you can recognize and take advantage of, and show your customer that you are there for them on every level. So let's get into it, Jaron. Why don't we talk about 5 key products that dealers need to know about when it comes to SONAX car care?
Yeah, SONAX has a very vast line of products, but digesting it all in one session is a lot to worry about. So I'm going to kind of highlight 5 key products that are definitely my go-tos when I'm buying SONAX products, and I do buy a lot of them. So the first one I want to touch on is the spray and shield from SONAX. This is an easy way. It uses a unique hybrid polymer technology. So it's an easy way to seal your paintwork after a wash. Gives 3 months protection. It gives that hydrophobic protection. So when you see the water beating off your car, it's super easy to use. You wash your car, make sure it's all nice and clean, and then even before it dries, just spray it on the paint there, let it sit, and rinse it off again. And it will give you that nice hydrophobic property for the vehicle. And what that's going to do for you during the winter is it helps repel that salt and sand away. Because the more hydrophobic your paint is, the slicker it's going to be, and it's going to wash away those contaminants a lot easier. So that's just a little bit added protection for your paint work going into the winter season. The next one I want to talk about is probably, I think, the #1 SONAX product now. It has surpassed another product that I'm going to talk about later, but this is fallout cleaner. So what fallout is rust plume residue that ends up on the roads from vehicles, that ferrous metal that ends up in your vehicle's paint. And this eliminates that from your paint. Again, super easy to use, pH neutral, got to remember. Wash and dry your car, spray this on, and let it dwell for about 5 minutes on your paint. And you'll actually see this react on the paint. And it's breaking down the contaminants in the paint and getting them out. So when you rinse the vehicle again, it's going to wash away all the contaminants. We actually have a quick video to show you how that works as well. It's super cool once you see it in person, especially on a white vehicle. You'll see in the video. It's awesome to use. I do it about twice a year, once in the fall and once in the springtime. So the next product I want to talk about is clear glass from SONAX. This is a legacy product that's been around for quite some time. They used to carry it in actually a 500 ml container. So the new version is actually 750 ml. So it'll give you more product to use. I'm a big fan of clear glass, and this product is ammonium phosphate free. So it removes dirt and residue quickly on your glass, whether it be the inside or the outside. And what this formula actually does is it doesn't dry too quickly. So when you're doing glass, I've spent a lot of time detailing vehicles, and glass is very much, I find, a technique cleaning application. And SONAX helps out on that technique. So you got to make sure you're buffing away that cleaning product once you're done with it. Use one rag or microfiber cloth for cleaning the glass, and then one to dry at the same time, and that will give you great results at the end. And that SONAX product is going to help you give that streak-free glass an amazing looking vehicle. And next product I want to talk about is it's definitely a SONAX signature product. Anyone that has heard of SONAX has usually heard of the wheel cleaner. Does it smell pretty bad? Yes, it does. But what this is going to do is it's going to be spray on your wheels for your vehicle, and it's acid-free, pH neutral, and it's going to get rid of all those contaminants, your brake dust, your dirt, all the things you pick up from the road, tire residue, all that stuff on your wheels. And it's going to spray on, and you'll actually see it working on the vehicle. It's going to go from a bright green color to a dark red in a couple minutes. Spray it on your wheels. If you got really dirty wheels, you want to agitate it a little bit while it's doing its cleaning process, but it's going to turn a deep red and wash away. This used to be the #1 product from SONAX, was actually taken over by that fallout cleaner that I spoke of earlier. And we do have another video on this, just how easy it is to work and how well it works and how nice your wheels will be looking afterwards. So whether you have chrome, polished wheels, painted, powder coated wheels, this is safe to use on it and is going to give you great results.
What's going on, guys? Uncle Phil here from JRP to talk to you guys about our favorite wheel cleaner, SONAX Wheel Cleaner.
And the last product I want to talk about that you guys need to know about is foam and seal. So this is a product that's used in your foam cannons. It's for your do-it-yourself guys that like to wash a vehicle on the driveway and have pressure washer, foam cannon, or a foam gun. It would even work on if you had just a washing hose out in front of your house. So once you washed and dried your vehicle once, this is going to be foamed on the vehicle, let sit for a few minutes, rinse off, and it actually has a drying agent in it, or a drying formula that's going to help dry your vehicle at the final step. And what this is going to do for you is, again, give you that hydrophobic property for your paint. This will offer about 2 months of protection. So you wash your vehicle and you're good for about 2 months, and really give you that hydrophobic protection on your vehicle that's going to wash away that salt, the dirt, the sand, all the dust in the atmosphere that we get through the fall season. I know it's dry and dusty, you don't get much rain. So that's perfect product that you can still use outside washing your vehicle, or inside if you're lucky enough to have a heated garage with a car wash. I wish I had one. Would be nice, Christmas list maybe. But that was 5 products from SONAX that I really wanted to highlight. We have much more products available from SONAX, from Importel. Certainly check them out on our website at importel.com. And for more information directly on the SONAX products, visit sonaxcanada.com.
Well, unless you're living under a rock, you already know that the Mobile Electronics Association Industry Award voting has begun. It was announced earlier this week, and lucky for us, we've got ME President Chris Cook joining us to give us all the details. Now, Chris, obviously this is an exciting time for all those involved, but we want to get you on so we can speak to exactly how the procedure works and what everybody needs to do to get their votes in.
Voting for the Mobile Electronics Industry Awards, retailer, installer, sales pro, rookie, trusted tech, just on the retailer side, has started this week. And now you can vote for your favorites. And when I say your favorites, I mean your favorites. Vote because the next phase of this competition has started. Voting for industry professionals, and even your consumers can vote, will narrow you down to the semifinalists. When you're a semifinalist, that's the coveted top 12 or top 5. So if you're going to vote for your favorite retailers, installers, trusted tech, sales pros, and rookies and expediters, because they impressed you. So now return the favor and impress them by telling them that they rock and that they're going to be the next top retailer of the year.
Well, that's some amazing news, especially for all the retailers out there. But let's not forget, Chris, there's a ton of stuff going on for all the vendors as well, isn't there?
Yes, Ben, you can vote for your favorite vendor. And vendors have many different categories to vote for. So, you're looking at different things that they specialize in. You can also vote for your favorite support tech. Show them some love. Your favorite rep firm, your favorite rep, your best distributor. They're all there, and it's time to recognize the vendor support community for all they do for us as retailers. Without them and without the retailers, where's the industry? I mean, right now, take time to show your vendors and show your reps some love and let them know how much they mean to you, and let them be recognized at the Mobile Electronics Industry Awards coming up in Las Vegas. When's it coming up, Ben?
Well, Chris, that's obviously a date I already have marked in my calendar, as we'll be there, of course, celebrating the industry awards. Now, that takes place during Knowledge Fest Las Vegas from February 2nd to 4th. The awards, of course, taking place on the 4th. Now, that's one important date, obviously, coming up. But another important date that you guys need to know is that don't wait too long to vote for your favorite people in the industry, because there is a deadline. Voting closes. So let's talk about that, Chris.
We've opened up voting for a week, for 2 weeks, for 3 weeks in the past. And you know what? It doesn't matter how many days there is. It matters that you vote today. Voting today is the best thing you can do. But what you're not going to do is vote on November 1st, because on October 31st at midnight, somewhere on the planet, voting ends. So get your votes in and let your vote be counted. We really appreciate you taking the time to show some love to the retailers and to the vendors for all they do for you and for the industry. This is what makes our industry grow year over year. And take time to be part of the Mobile Electronics Industry Awards and our celebration on the last day of Knowledge Fest at the Paris Hotel, Las Vegas, the 2nd through 4th. And Ben, I know that you'll be there.
Chris, we're going to end it on this note. This event, so first of all, yes, please go out there and vote. Make sure you get your votes in before October 31st for these Mobile Electronics Awards. Now, more importantly, if you're doing your planning, we're heading into the fall months, make sure you mark on your calendar that February 2 to 4 date. Guys, the Knowledge Fest event in Las Vegas is one that is not to be missed. We were there. Many of you are there. It's a great place to connect, but the sheer amount of industry professionals and brands represented at this event, along with the trainings, culminating in what I feel is one of the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Celebratory, spectacles that we have in our industry in those awards is something that simply, in my opinion, cannot be missed. Chris, any final words as we head into these winter months?
Ben, getting our show back in Las Vegas for the industry was wonderful, and having it for the last couple of years was great. But I tell you, the Paris Hotel last year and our event last year was something to be remembered. And I am so looking forward to this next coming event. It is going to be off the hook. There's a lot of surprises coming. There's a lot of great things. But what I will tell you is get registered and get your hotel room now. Don't wait. Both of those are open at knowledgefest.com. So go on there, get your hotel, get registered for the event, and make sure that you have a room so you're not sleeping it out in the parking lot wishing you had a roof over your head, Ben.
Mark your calendar. CMA Expo is returning in 2024 to the Toronto Congress Centre on April 5th, 6th, and 7th. A huge thank you to all the Canadian dealers who attended and made the inaugural event such an amazing success. You spoke and we listened. Thanks to your feedback, we've implemented some important changes to enhance your experience even further. Confirmed exhibitors for the 2024 CMA Expo are Automobility, Importel, Trends Electronics, Gemsen Distribution, JVC Kenwood, Gentech International, Pioneer, Dix Performance, SiriusXM, Ericsson Consumer, Metra, Amp Global, Fortin. Stay tuned for the early bird registration slated for October 5th. For more information and the latest updates, follow us on social or visit cmaexpo.ca. Keep it locked on cmanetworks.com as we broadcast fresh content daily with new videos dropping Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. This is CMA Live All Access, brought to you by SiriusXM and presented by 5 Axis Innovations. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM Video on Demand. What you love is on now.